What's up and welcome back to Nowstalgia Pod, your weekly look what's going on in pop culture. My name is Pat Sheehan. I'm here with my co-host Dave Martinson. Dave, I think we gotta give a bit of a eulogy here for our favorite product ever, MoviePass.
We knew it was too good to be true.
Way too good to be true.
We knew it wouldn't last forever. We didn't expect it to be so abrupt and so inconvenient.
We got a lot of stuff we're going to be talking about today. We got Santa Gold, Denzel Curry, both dropped new albums. We're going to be talking 8th Grade and a lot of Mission Impossible. So if you like us, if you support the pod, please hit subscribe. Follow us on SoundCloud and on Twitter at NowstalgiaPod. But man, Thursday night, I go to look at show times for Mission Impossible the next day. And I'm like, this is a weird message. I just clicked through it quickly, figuring they're like, hey, check out peak pricing again. Go to use MoviePass the next day. Mission Impossible, it wouldn't even work. It was all grayed out. Wouldn't let me select. I was like, what?
Premium showing.
Yeah. Annoying. So I text you. We start doing a little investigative work, and MoviePass had a service outage Thursday because they're out of money.
Couldn't pay for tickets, so whoever was facilitating that shut it off.
I mean, as of Saturday, actually, I went back to the movies to watch 8th Grade. MoviePass was also not working for me then. Yeah. I know some other people it was working for, but online it was kind of mixed.
Stopped working Saturday afternoon again after coming back, after being out a day. So I was able to use it that Saturday morning, but then it went out again Saturday night.
Well, Dave, I'm just going to ask you, is MoviePass dead?
It's certainly on life support. I think the MoviePass we all knew is dead as a door now. Interesting thing you can just look at is Helios Matheson, the analytics firm who, bought MoviePass and was owning it really since they got picked up a lot of steam last August when they dropped the price to $9.99, and their shares were so low they did a reverse split to avoid being delisted on the NASDAQ because their share was so cheap. And if it didn't have this reverse split, the shares would be a few cents. It's super, super cheap. And the reverse split, by all the business research I did, was designed to get people to buy the stock because the stock was now worth more. Right. But no one's buying because no one believes in it. And, they ran out of money because they disclosed this in April. They've been losing $20 million a month because they just weren't taking in as much money. And, we expected that they would start to make things more expensive. It only makes sense. You go really cheap to get in the user base, and then you start trying to make as much money back as you can. Amazon has done this, right? Mm-hmm. Raising Prime up year after year, Netflix as well. And that, most people would be okay with that. But to have peak pricing go as much as $8 a ticket really loses the utility for most people. And the fact that and this is kind of their whole thing, which is why they're tough to root for at the moment, is because their customer service and messaging has been so poor, and so abundantly tone deaf. It's you're not smarter than the internet. You're not smarter than the people that are smart enough to use your too good to be true service, right? So to say that peak pricing is based off of availability and demand, and then just to blatantly apply it to every showtime after 12 p.m., it is what it is. And then you saw the people online posting, why do you have peak pricing on this theater when there's 5 of us in here? Right. Oh, because your algorithm said that other people in another city really want to see it. It's just a bunch of BS because they need the money. Mm-hmm. And I think if it does last, we're going to see stuff like that. And I think what really, really sucks is the Mission Impossible Fallout, which is not available on the service this weekend. They're actively deterring people going to see the hottest movie of the weekend because it's a money-saving move. So, do I think they're immediately going to die? Yeah, maybe. Or they'll, be able to sustain themselves via some kind of investment. Don't know where that's coming from. But yeah, it's going to be tough. So I've been trying to use it as much as I can now while it's still technically alive.
How many movies have you seen with it?
59.
59
in 9 months.
And it's
$1 something a movie.
I was gonna say you bought the annual subscription, right?
So. I did not. No, I'm paying $9.99. So you paid what, $7.99?
Yeah, I think it was $7.99 a month, something like that.
So if someone else had the annual, I'd be betting even less if it was me.
Yeah, I think I've seen around like 20, low 20. So I'm coming around with $4 a movie, which is phenomenal, which is exactly why this is a service that can't last. And it's too bad because really it's a great idea. And you see AMC's A-list, which now it seems to be where a lot of people in bigger cities will go. I don't have an AMC near me, so it's not something I would be able to use, but it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, AMC is the biggest theater chain in the nation, and AMC A-list is twice as much, $19.99, but it does all those things that like the MoviePass, which is kind of inconvenient about, right? You can use it on 3D and IMAX, Dolby Cinema, no problem. You can reserve ahead of time. You can see more than one movie in a day. You can have a repeat viewing. So it's 3 times a week, so 12 times a month. I mean, I've used MoviePass 10 times a month, I think 2 or 3 times. So I'm looking at that, I'm like, yeah, the calendar might be bad or I had a heavier week, but I could get down with A-list, and the math for me would still be like 3 something a movie with the amount of movies I'm seeing, you know?
Right.
So I think A-list, I mean, they lost a lot of goodwill this weekend. So I don't know if any, ComScore, anyone could tell us like how many subscribers they've hemorrhaged, but A-list, if they do plan to keep it around, is plenty good deal. And even at Alamo Drafthouse, a more boutique theater with the dining options, they announced their Alamo season pass, and while it's not available yet, I think that's the ultimate, effect of MoviePass, whether it lives or dies, is that it's affecting this change in the theater. And this is needed because movie tickets were way down last year. And, what's the stat? I have it right here. Let's see. 11% of all movie tickets are bought by people that go 18 times a year. And they buy half of the total movies in the country. There's another 200 million people, 89% of moviegoers, that only see the blockbusters. They go maybe 4 to 5 times a year. And MoviePass, or now AMC A-list, they bring those people in more. And that's what the movie business needs, because you're competing with YouTube and Netflix and Amazon and video games and everything else, obviously, right? So I think ultimately the effect of this subscription plan going to a theater is good for the industry, but MoviePass, the ultimate bargain, is gone.
Yeah, definitely too good to be true. And I think everybody knows it's going to be dead, at least as we know it. But yeah, like you said, I've seen people compare it to like the Napster of movie going. So it's definitely starting a good trend. I think subscription-based things are the way theaters need to go. And I'm excited to see what's going to come of it. I'll always remember fondly these like 8 months I was able to use MoviePass. So no ill feelings towards it. It was great for me in a lot of ways. So if you weren't in on it, like our guy Chris Labataglia got it like 3 weeks ago. Shitty timing.
Yeah, I had another buddy as well. I was the one who convinced him to get it. And I was like, yeah, there'll be peak pricing now, so it's not quite as cheap, but you'll still get your money's worth. You like movies. Yeah. And he just got it. I don't think he's used it yet.
Came in Thursday.